Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to ATS Showcases. Long time no see, my friends. It has been a hot minute, but we are back here in American Truck Simulator, and particularly here in the Illinois DLC, as we'll be hauling this giant silo from here in Springfield, Illinois, and we're going to head all the way down to Marion today, completing a special transport DLC route, putting my driving skills to the test after a bit of a hiatus. Now, to complete this delivery, we'll be using this beautiful Kenworth W900, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started up and get on the road. The engine sounds you're hearing today are none other than the Engine and Transmission Compilation mod, a free Steam Workshop mod that I will have the link for down in the description below. In particular, the engine today is a Caterpillar C16. All right, let's get on the road. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator, my friends, and welcome to 1.60? Well, there's been a number of changes around here in the ATS world since I've been gone for what has been quite a while now, and yeah, well, I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you, in terms of changes, but other than it is honestly and truly great to be back. I know I say it frequently in these videos to say, I've already got a job offer game, I don't need another one. I know I say it frequently in these videos, it's kind of a staple to say, you know, I'm great to be back, and I always mean it, but I mean it a little bit extra today, where it has been, as I said, a bit of a hiatus for me, to be honest with you. There's been a lot of things going on, things that I'll likely touch on in this video, so stick around for that, but we got to try and get out of here without, well, taking out the fence there, which it looks like we're just about to do. I should have stayed over to the right-hand side a bit more. I was trying to see if I could cut across. Let's maybe just try and back up here a little bit. Lots of torque. Oh, okay, the escort vehicle's gonna have to move there, bud. I think we'll be okay. Well, what did I say? First delivery back, and I challenged myself with what is a pretty complex. This is just probably going to scrape, so we're just going to look this way. Is that always the solution? Just look the opposite way when your problems are ensuing in this game? I don't know. It works. It works for me. Regardless, I decided to choose what is truly a love and hate relationship in ATS, which is a special transport DLC delivery. Don't get me wrong, the special transport DLC, excuse my stuttering as I try and get things back and rolling with commentary. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic DLC. It is a true challenge and a lot of fun. However, it has its downsides. Downsides mainly being about the vehicles that are in front and behind me sometimes having a mind of their own. However, the actual challenge of the deliveries themselves, particularly here in new map DLCs where the routes are custom designed, predefined, so then obviously the delivery is possible, but then also, you know, clearances are all intact, like this overpass here and so on. It's one of those features that really puts you to the test sometimes with these more close encounter parking jobs, or delivery points, or leave points, shall we say, the nice tight corners. And if you forget that you have to make sure you take your corners nice and wide and almost run a bit of a S-curve situation, in a situation like that, you get into some pretty dicey situations, to be honest with you. Either way, we're back here, and that is all fantastic, and we're going to go ahead and drift over here, and hopefully they don't fail me, because that's another aspect of this DLC that can sometimes get in the way. With all that said, though, thank you so much for the continued support here on the channel. In the midst of me being gone, we've crossed over 12,000 subscribers, and it is still growing somehow, even though I really haven't been posting much. Even on the short side, it slowed down a little bit, but that is changing, my friends, don't worry. And I can say that confidently this time. I'm back. I can say I'm back. I'm figuring out a bit of a schedule. Just before I left for a bit of a hiatus, unplanned, I was talking a little bit about getting a brand new position. I changed jobs, and it was and don't get me wrong, I am truly loving it. It is absolutely fantastic, but there has been a serious adjustment to various schedules and so on that have played a little bit of havoc with this, and obviously getting up to speed with a brand new position, a position that holds a significant amount of responsibility and value to me. It is one that it's taken a little bit of time, okay? Taken some time to get used to, schedule being one big part, but it's taken some time. I am truly enjoying it though, and obviously this is not my full-time position as of YouTube, I should say. YouTube is not my full-time position. The other position is my full-time job, so we're trying to balance both among other family life scenarios as well. So bear with me a little bit here as I continue to try and find it or figure it out, but I'm recording this video because, one, I've been dying to record a video for quite some time, and also because I'm starting to finally find a better balance. I've got some things cleaned up that needed to be done here on the channel too, behind the scenes, so I could actually record this. I was getting into a little bit of a bottleneck situation in one degree, which I've been able to resolve, which is great. We're working things out. We're working things out, and I am so excited to be back because there's a lot of exciting things here in ATS that are coming up either very soon or have already been talked about or released or at least confirmed, shall we say, that I need to try and get caught up on, to be honest, because I haven't even really been looking too much at the blog posts, unfortunately, either. Only some key details every here and there, just depends on what's been going on. Hence why you haven't seen too many community posts from me or really anything, because, well, I'm going to be honest, haven't really been able to keep up. I've been trying to go through some of the backlog recently. Obviously, we're running 1.60, so this is my first look at it technically. I'm not going to count that video as, you know, first look at anything like that or name it like that, hence why it's probably back on the road or something like that, because, well, it's been out for too long for me to categorize it as a first look in my eyes. I'm not going to try and essentially clickbait y'all, even though, well, let's be honest, it is technically still my first look. It's not the most up-to-date first look ever, but you can still get my opinions on things, and to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out performance of the game because there were some changes, particularly to the interior of how the trucks, well, the models work, and a number of things that, well, we gotta just try and see how things go. And I'm gonna be honest, performance has been okay. There has been a few little funky things though. Wait, I guess we're getting over here. Okay, we're getting over. There've been a few funky things, I won't lie, performance-wise. Hasn't been fully smooth sailing. We gotta try and go around here without taking out the inside of the on-ramp. Remember, wide turns, Brian. Wide turns is your friend. There's a number of things, and again, performance, it's okay. I think some of the interior lighting changes, or just lighting changes in general that they did, I know there's some other behind-the-scenes settings that I can now choose. I gotta work that one out a little bit. It seems like there have been some changes that may be adversely impacting performance, and I need to make a bit of a change here soon. Either way, we'll have to just kind of do some testing and see how it goes. I know there's a lane change coming up here soon. I don't know when that is. Can I go ahead over maybe? Nope. Thought there was supposed to be a lane change. But my guy is way back there. Oh, he's moving over finally. So we're gonna go ahead over and wait for my front escort vehicle to come across at 10 miles an hour, because that's as you do in this DLC. And this is what I'm talking about the love-hate relationship with this DLC, my friends. It's good to be back. But anyways, regardless of the Special Transport DLC and the performance shenanigans that I'm still trying to work out with this new update, because again, this is technically my first look. There's a lot here in ATS that we'll be talking about over upcoming episodes. I've got a few special things planned across this week that should come out unless if something crazy happens. And then next weekend, I will be launching a new kind of mini-series situation that I had planned to do quite a while ago, and now I'm excited to get that one moving out. And it's here on ATS. So keep an eye out here on the channel. I'm back. We're back. Let's do this as we move through 2026. So, about some of the other things that kind of happened. Obviously, transition to new position. That was a big factor in not being able to create content here, which pained me admittedly, because simply put, I was just trying to figure out my own schedule and trying to figure out a balance of how am I going to work this new position out. Absolutely fantastic, a wonderful opportunity. I wouldn't trade it for anything else, but it definitely has been a bit of a learning curve, to say the least, both in terms of personal side of scheduling and also, of course, professionally as I'm getting up to speed on things because of the level I'm joining at. It's definitely it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge. It's taken a lot of mental load, which is why that has translated to me being a little bit more setback from the channel. So even though I haven't been able to keep an eye on certain aspects of, say, the blog posts and so on, I have been keeping an eye on the community, obviously, because you are incredibly important to me. So whether that's in the Discord, I've still messaged here and there around the channel, replying to some comments or seeing the comments at least because they're still flooding in, welcoming new members, etc. It's been incredible to see the support, and I truly thank you once again. I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. Truly thank you for the support during this time. It's the ongoing battle of being, well, a part-time content creator. It's simple as that. We all have our own life priorities. Life throws things at you that just changes plans left, right, and center. There's some things we cannot control. But what I'm trying to do is figure out that balance so I can keep content rolling here, whatever it may look like in terms of a weekly schedule, if there is one, to try and keep some variety here, keep some things moving along, and look forward for what's ahead here in American Truck Simulator, in ATS 2, and other simulation games alike, because I've had many wonderful companies reach out to want to do, have me cover some different, whether it's games or other things like that, and it's just kind of a matter of time until things can maybe start to roll through the pipeline there on that front. Either way, great to see that I can be finally back here making this video, and then obviously moving forward here, as I said, I've got some little series that I want to do. Something that may take multiple episodes for one delivery, some would say. We've got a long haul series coming up, my friends. A couple for the end of this year, technically, but we got one that's a bit of a shorter one, technically, but a good one as well. That would be quite interesting, and I'm hoping to get that one up, the first episode for next Saturday, or maybe it's Sunday, depending on how life goes. So keep an eye out for that. As I said, very exciting times ahead. Take a comment down below, take a guess what that short long haul series might actually look like, what delivery it might be. I've talked about it, or at least hinted at it before in previous videos, so just let me know what you think. See if anyone can get it right. I'm sure many of you will, because you all are incredibly smart. Now, rolling through down to Marion today, this is actually partly a route that I haven't ever driven on in the Illinois DLC, which now has been out for quite some time, and I know many of you have been enjoying the DLC, as hopefully you would, because it is an incredibly detailed DLC, and one that unlocks some amazing areas of the USA. But we are here going through a section that I haven't actually gone to, and I think I've driven through Marion, but I don't know if I've delivered to it. Because I know the city's discovered, potentially because I was trying to find a job out of it, but I think I drove through it in one of the deliveries before the bit of the hiatus. I don't know if I delivered to it. I could be very wrong. And from knowing my luck, it could have been the last delivery I went to. I don't think it was, but it's a possibility. It's a true possibility, my friends. Wouldn't put it past me to forget about that one. But we're heading there today. And I thought, well, one, I wanted to haul this massive grain silo that we got behind us. Driving this truck because this W900 with the 8x6 config is kind of just a beast. And it looks really good as well, so can't complain there. And so I was like, well, the few cities that we can actually take special transport deliveries here in the Illinois DLC, Springfield being one of the main hubs of special transports. And I saw this heading down here, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's head down to Marion. Actually deliver to Marion if I haven't done it before. Again, can't remember. Either way, take advantage of that and explore what is a route that obviously has some challenges, like the beginning, trying to get out of that farm dealership, which I don't know why the equipment dealership would have massive grain silos just in stock, but whatever, to each their own. It's one of those, you know, getting out of their situations is a little bit more challenging, but the rest of it was going to be a little bit more highway, which is good because it allows me to blabber away, shall we say. Just chat away with all of you, get things at least caught up a little bit. And for future episodes, there'll be a bit more structure. What I'm trying to do is basically organize some of the topics that I've missed from the time that I've been gone, or at least since I haven't done blog posts, you know, community posts on it, through to now, and kind of section them up a little bit so I can chat on some things. And of course, any form of new news that comes out in the meantime, I'll throw those into the most recent or most relevant episodes, so we can, well, get caught up on things, because again, there's been a lot. I know it was 1.60, few changes, again, the lighting, a couple physics updates. In-game radio is now a thing, with actual radio stations from SES software. I guess technically, whatever. There's one that's like non-copyright and a couple that are actually copyrighted music in it. Kind of like almost like a city skyline situation, or a number of other games, for those who are familiar. There's some in-game radios for your enjoyment, and it's a little bit more integrated. Oh, the sleep cycle, which actually turned out to be really handy for this delivery, because initially my developer console wasn't working for some odd reason. I think it was just maybe my keyboard, the tilde key wasn't working so fantastic. But regardless, I use that feature to be able to set the time, which is nice. Now you can actually choose how long you sleep, and there's the different quotas for required amount of rest time, etc. That whole sleep system should have been in the game, in my opinion, a long time ago. So it's absolutely fantastic to finally have it, and I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain one bit that it is finally here and finally available for us to use. A sleep system that is more realistic with quotas and being able to actually choose when you get up instead of being forced to have just one set, well, timing, which is highly unfortunate. Now look at this evergreen farm. Lots of hay bales, straw bales actually. What a fantastic facility here in Marion, or just outside of Marion actually. You can loop around as well. Or there's maybe like a maze looking thing. I don't really know. Either way, looks really, really good. Let's pull up here and park. And I'm going to thank you all so much for watching this episode here, wherever I can decide to park. This is going to be kind of awkward, actually, where it accepts it. So we're going to do a nice back corner shot of the whole delivery here, just because we can. Thank you all so much for watching. What an incredible episode to be back here. A nice challenge, a little bit of primism off the start with that sketchy, maybe put a few marks down the side of the trailer type of leave of that facility at the dealership. But we made it. We made it to the farm, which is always good. And I appreciate everyone once again for supporting the channel through a time where I wasn't able to upload as much as I'd like to. But I am confident to say that I can be back more frequently now. So comment down below any suggestions you may have. I know there's a number of changes that have come in that you may want to see, so let me know. I'll be heading over to ETS 2 as well very soon. I've got a couple of cool mod reviews to be doing here on ATS as well, getting back into some of the third-party content showcases that this series started on, and it has morphed into the bread and butter of the channel for pretty much every form of delivery possible, showcasing different types of in-game and third-party content as well. So I've got some more third-party mods coming up, which is going to be really, really good as well. Again, timeline, I'm going to try and get things out at least a couple times a week now. There'll be some shorts sprinkled in there too. But again, it just depends on schedule and what life throws at me. And I hope many of you would understand that as I try and navigate and create a bit more of a routine for myself in this new era of change, that there's some grace in what I'm going to do, because I am only going to create content if I, one, have the energy to do it, and two, can make the content that it doesn't impact, the rest of the family, etc., and three, that it's going to be genuine. I'm not going to fake it, okay? So if I'm tired, it's going to impact a lot of people. I'm not going to be able to genuinely enjoy making the content. You're going to notice that. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for the sake of, monetary gain or anything like that. That's not the point. I truly appreciate everyone's financial support by just watching these videos, or those who are paying members. Very much appreciate that. But it's one of those things that I do this because I enjoy it, okay? And this community is absolutely amazing. You truly enjoy what I do, which I am so grateful for, and I enjoy creating content for you. So that's what I am going to try and do. I'm only going to do it if I am in the right space to do so, and I hope many of you understand that. So with all that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.